Today I'm going to be doing a look for glasses, which is the reason why I have these babies on. Now I'm going to be going swimming with my boys today, so I'm looking for a natural look with glasses that are going to make my eyes stand out behind them. So when we choose our glasses, we choose them for the shape of our face, the shape of our eyes, the colors that we like. There's a lot of people that have bold glasses and there's a lot of people who have just the wired frames like I do and plastic ones and things like that. So there's so many different kinds. So what you want is you want your eyes to stand out behind those glasses. So with the ones that I have, I'm just going to start priming my lids with a eyeshadow primer. And I'm using the Urban Decay eyeshadow potion. And that's just going to help the eyeshadow stick to the eye and last longer. And since I'm going swimming, I usually don't go right under the water, so my makeup stays on. So I don't have a problem with that. But when you're doing your eye makeup with a natural look behind glasses, you want to keep it really simple, but you want to keep it dramatic as well, because you want your eyes to come through those glasses. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've chosen my colors for today, and I'm using some matte colors, and those are those right there. This is my Z palette. I love them. I depot my MAC, or I just get the Pro palettes and put them in there. So the first thing I'm going to choose is a really light color, and this one is Era. It's right here, and I'm going to use a larger brush like this, and I'm just going to coat my eyelid in this color over top of the primer. That way, I've got, now because I don't have my glasses on, I can't see a thing. So I'm going to be in the mirror like this for the video. So I'm going right from the lash line up above the crease line, just about to the brow, but not quite to the brow. Okay, and all I'm doing is putting on this base of color so that when I start to blend my other colors in, they blend easily. So it's not a thick bit of eyeshadow that you're putting on, just a nice thin layer. So now that I've got that, I've already added definition to my eyes that you can see. So if you're one of those who just likes to stop there, that's fine. You can put on some eyeliner and some mascara. But I like to create a little bit more definition. So I'm going to choose a darker color, and this is Coté from MAC. And it's just a little bit darker, and I'm choosing a rounded brush. So I'm going to load it up, tap off the extra, and right where my crease starts, I'm just going to start there, and I'm going to go into circle motion. I'm just going to circle it in there. You can see that? And then I'm just going to start sweeping it into the crease, just pushing that color into the crease. Now, like I said, this is a day look, so it's going to be quite simple. So I'm going to sweep it into the crease, and I'm going to sweep it down towards the lash line, creating that V look. Now, like I said, I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard to do your makeup without your glasses on. Most people are like right up to the mirror so they can see, unless if you're as blind as me. So now I've created a little bit of that definition. Go back and forth in windshield wiper motion just to really sweep that in there. So that's the one eye. I'm going to go and load up my brush and do the other eye. Tap off the rest. Kind of get it started right at the corner, right where the crease starts. Do that circle motion, create that dot, and then start sweeping in to the crease. Back and forth, wiper motion, sweeping it down to the lash line, creating that V. And, oh, my boy just got kicked out of the room. Oh, I'll be out in a minute to see him. So I create that darker look off to the side of the eye, and that's what helps create that definition right there. So since I've already done my facial makeup for the day, I'm just going to either grab your concealer brush if you happen to use concealer, and you can sweep up and just clean up anything that's dropped down. I like to have mine fairly angled because my eyes droop down a little bit on the sides. So then if I keep my makeup in an upwards motion, it makes my eyes look a little bit more angled up and a little bit happier. So, and plus when I smile, my cheeks go up. So if I keep the makeup in an upwards motion, I'm going to take a lighter color, and I'm going to use a color from Too Faced, the Natural Eye Collection. And it is just this really light white color. It's a matte color. So when you're going to do a day look, I prefer using mattes because you can go from a day to night look very simply by adding in a little bit of sparkle or layering on top of the makeup that you've already got done, so you don't really have to clean off everything to be able to go out. So as I see, you just load it up, tap off the extra. There's a lot that comes off of a brush when you tap off, so like I said, less is more. You can always layer on top. So I'm just going back and forth underneath the eyebrow, really lightening that up. Now I'm going to take a, it's a Sigma blending brush. I'm really loving the Sigma brushes. And I'm just going to make sure that there's no harsh edges between the light and that dark that I put in. So I'm going to go sweep it back and forth and blend, blend, blend. That's the key to having a natural makeup look, is your blending techniques. So I've got that done. I'm really liking what I see. But I would like to add a little bit more of the darkness because I can see that there's quite the, I'm missing some spots on this side, so I'm just going to go back in with that Coté and go back and forth. And you can either reload the brush or you can use the color that's already on it if you haven't swept it out onto a towel or a cloth. So that is a really nice basic look. I'm going to take the color Omega, which is just a slight bit darker than the first one I used to sweep over the lid. And I'm just going to grab a nice rounded brush like this, take that color and pop it directly onto the eyelid closest to the eyelash. Adds just another little layer of color. So I'm using a lot of neutrals, lots of browns here, lots of different shades of browns, but the payoff is nice. So now that I've done that, just right in the center, blending it into, I'm kind of staying away from the corner of my eye because I want the corner of my eye to be the lightest part. Because when you have your glasses on, you want to be able to have that opening effect to your eye. So if you keep that light, so what you could do is go one step further and take that lightest color that I used before here in the natural palette and pop it right into the corner of your eye with a nice blending brush and just sweep it in there. So now that I've got that done, I'm going to choose my eyeliner, and I'm choosing a MAC eyeliner, Kohl in Costa Riche. It's just a brown eyeliner, keeping with that neutral tone. So I'm just going to line my eyes like I normally do, as close to the lash line as possible. I have to move my mirror in because I can't see a thing. As close to the eye line as possible. Right to the inner corner to the outer corner. I'm not extending it. This is not, if you want to, you can, by all means. But since I'm going for a natural eye look, I'm not going to extend it. So I'm keeping it as close as I can to the lash line, making not a thick line, but a decent line. So now I've got that on there, I'm going to grab a shorty brush like this, and I'm going to smudge it. Now the reason I do that is because I don't want it to be this perfect line. I want it to look smudged into my eyelashes and blended right up into the makeup that I put on, the shadows that I put on. So it's not perfect, and that's what creates that great smokiness. Now, I am keeping all of the color on the upper part of my lids. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to keep my eyes open underneath nice and clean, because with glasses you want to have some drama, but you don't want it to be so overloaded with color that it's just everything looks dark, because with whatever color your glasses are, or thickness and shape and size, you want your eyes to be defined yet not look overdone, because the glasses then will just have this great, you know, great color with your with your frames, yet you can't, it'll be color underneath and color on top, it'll just look like a raccoon. So we want to keep it nice and clean underneath. So now that I've smudged that out, smudge, smudge, smudge. If you want, you can take a color and go over top of it. I can use that Omega color that I put just on my lid. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of that. Tap, 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 blend it in. Smudge it. I mean, there's a difference between messy and smudgy. So a nice day look you can get away with making it just smudgy. So that's that right there. I'm just going to take a Q-tip and clean out the inner corner of my eye, making sure that that's nice. Now we're just going to go ahead and curl our lashes and put on our mascara. And that will be the end of your eye look for a day look for glasses. The mascara I'm going to use is my Estee Lauder new one. It's Sumptuous Extreme. I'm going to be doing, look at the size of that brush. Is that not incredible? If you've got big eyes, you can use this. If you've got small eyes, I would suggest not, because the wand itself, the size of the brush, is so overpowering. With a day look, I like to keep my mascara only on top, keeping the bottom as clean as possible. If you like to add it, go ahead. If you've got open bottom frames, by all means, put some mascara down there, because you've got no separation between your eyes and your cheeks if you've got open bottom frames, so you can do that. But if you've got strong frames or even wired frames, I would suggest keeping it nice and light and clean. And people will notice right away too. You look more awake. They can see your eyes. You're not coated in color and frames. So that is my eye makeup look. I'm just noticing that I would like to keep, I'd lighten this up a little bit more in the center, so I'm going to grab my brush that I can't find. My shader brush, grab a little bit more white and pop it in there. That way I've got that nice wide awake look. Sweeping it up under the brow. Now with my glasses, I've gone ahead and created a nice wide awake dramatic look for my eyes. Now here is the next step, and very, very key, your eyebrows. Now if you're wearing a frame that is really, really strong framed plastic, keeping your eyebrows very clean and sharp would be a good suggestion, because you don't want your eyebrows disappearing behind your frames. So I always do my filling in of my eyebrows with my glasses on, because A, I'd hate to make a mistake, and B, I like to be able to see just how dark I'm going, because I don't want my eyebrows to take away from my frames. I spend a lot of money on them. I like them to look good. I'm going to comb through the color. So I filled in my eyebrows, and that is my look for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to pop on a little bit of gloss. I always have so much trouble choosing a gloss for lipstick, so I'm just going to put on a little bit of red. I've gone so light on my eyes that a nice red gloss I think I'd like. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.